Henry, thanks so much. I understand you've been back and forth with the front lines. What are you seeing?
Yes, good evening. Thank you for having me. Well, this has been a very challenging firefight. Everything has lined up, perfect recipe for a major fire like this. The topography is very steep, very rugged terrain. The winds have been strong. We're currently in a red flag warning, which is set to expire tonight. So hopefully that'll bring some relief. But we've been having gusts up to 35, 40 miles per hour at the top of the ridge tops. The winds are aligning perfectly with the canyons, which is really pushing the fire at a fast rate of spread. Embers are being pushed up to a mile ahead of the main fire front. And because the vegetation is so dry due to the drought that we're in, the vegetation is very easily ignitable. Those embers will land on vegetation ahead of the fire and cause new small fires known as spot fires. Eventually those fires grow and connect to the main fire, and that's how this fire is growing.
Henry,
the conditions are...
I was just going to say, do you think you can save South Lake Tahoe and Lake Tahoe, or is it on a freight train?
Well, our number one priority is life and the health and safety of our firefighters. Our second priority is to save homes, communities, people's where they live. And that's what we're focusing on the northeast end of the fire around Myers and South Lake Tahoe. We've been building containment lines to keep the fire from entering those areas. We are building contingency lines areas in the event that the fire crosses those containment lines. And so far, we've been successful to keep the fire away from the communities.
Well, we're pulling for you. Some ski resorts have obviously been running their snow guns full blast to try to protect things. Is that having any effect? How threatened are they?
Well, they're wetting the ground, and so if an ember lands on that area, that there's a chance that might help put it out. So it could be potentially helpful. It's definitely worth a try.
Your people have been on the front lines fighting this for day after exhaustive day. Do you have what you need, and are people getting rest?
Yeah, so many of us have been fighting wildfires now for several weeks, several consecutive days, in some cases more than a month, without a day off. So it is very, very tiring, very exhausting. We try to get rest whenever we can. It's been challenging getting the resources that we need because there are so many wildfires, currently around 12 throughout the state. And so we're competing with other incidents for the resources that we need for fire engines, fire trucks, bulldozers, et cetera. We do continue to receive more and more resources every day. We currently have over 4,400 firefighters, and that number continues to grow.
Wow, 4,400 firefighters. Have you ever seen anything like this?
We've had other large fires where we've had a larger number of firefighters assigned, but this is definitely one of the larger ones.
Henry Herrera from Cal Fire, yeoman's work out there. We're pulling for all of you. Thank you so much for your time.